It's cool though. I don't want to take the beanie off because the beanie is like part of the
It's
fit.
a part
It's
of the
gotta
fit.
stay.
It's cool when they do it.
Yeah, it's gotta stay.
It's a problem when I do it.
All right, fuck them. We cursing on the podcast, right? I assume we are.
I'm gonna use the words that naturally come out my mouth.
Yeah, real shit. All right. Oh, this is a good question too. I've just been writing questions in my notepad that I want to ask for the thing.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. All right, so first off, what's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on?
You are tuning in to the first episode of
Black American Market After Hours.
Big P, Big P.
After Hours. Tell them what After Hours means, sis.
All right, so I'm sure y'all think that this finna be one of them one type of conversations. And at some point in time, it might be.
Probably will be, yeah, at points.
But in real life, we really just talking about life. Like, y'all see a lot of the business side from both parties. You see a lot of the gems that's dropped on the regular basis. And we really just wanted to kick back and be regular people and give y'all some insight on the conversations that we get to have on the regular basis.
Because me and sis be having, like, crazy conversations. Like, way before we was in business together, we was just having crazy conversations together. Real talk. Like, this is my sister in real life. And I also think it's going to be cool for the people that see, like, Black American Market stuff, because most of the time they don't see me and you in the same space or even interacting, because every time we hear it's like some business.
High key.
You know what I mean?
High key.
So, like, being able to see, like, the behind-the-scenes interaction, but also just seeing, you know, the vibes. The vibes is undeniable, bro.
No cap. And I think what makes the business part work is because this is the day-to-day nature of the relationship that we have. Like,
For sure.
I think when I met you, you were kind of like at the beginning, like the peak of really like pursuing like the O2 collection and diaspora networking. And Black American Market was really just in like the beta testing of figuring out what it could be. And we were able to have a couple conversations, and it was a natural, like, let's work together, but let's also figure out how to work together and make it work for both parties. But the natural chemistry from a sibling type of relationship was just naturally there from the beginning. Definitely.
Yeah, listen, real, at the end of the day, real attracts real. Like, that's the power of networking too, because, like, this is probably the biggest success story that I can tell of networking, and just meeting somebody that's like-minded to where it turns out, you never know how it's going to turn out. But listen, Black American Market After Hours.
After hours. Chill.
You feel me? After hours. Today we in the store and this actually open. It's not after hours. But
after
y'all don't
my
know
work
that.
hours. I can tell you that.
Yeah. But the whole point of this too is just like, you see the business during the day. At the end of the day, you still got to deal with life. You know what I mean? You still got to deal with everything that you deal with. So,
and life be life, and on both ends, I could tell y'all that, like, the positive stuff, and I think social media does a really good job at making, like, the positives the highlight and the forefront of what people have going on. But behind every success, like that 15-second highlight of success was probably a year and a half of constant grind and like effort put into being successful, but you don't really see the lessons that were learned in those failures. And that's not just in business, like the failed relationships behind people working towards their goal, or like interacting with their kids. Like, it's real life that happened behind it, and people don't really see that part.
Yeah, real talk. All right, so the first topic I want to talk about, man, it feels amazing, yo, because we've been talking about doing this podcast for a while, so it feels amazing to really be sitting down and doing it. But the first topic I want to talk about is just this. This is a conversation that we had before, and all the topics that I have, at least for the first season, is literally just conversations that me and sis already had, and I was like, shit, that's a good one. And just jot it down, like, shit, talk about that for the podcast. When you really doing something positive out here, or fucking negative, doing something negative, but doing something, when you have some type of motion going on out here, it's gonna draw a reaction, a energy. Like I say a saying that love and hate carry the same energy, because it's getting a reaction out of somebody. It's passionate. When somebody is passionate about what you're doing, whether it's love or hate, that's a success.
I agree.
Because you having enough motion that it's invoking a reaction. It's invoking an emotion out of somebody. Me, I'm more scared of people seeing what I'm doing and being like, oh, all right, whatever. Just moving on. Like it had no effect on them at all. So
the funny thing about that is, we actually did just have a conversation about this, and we had a couple real life examples from different standpoints, you know, from family and, you know, some from business as well.
Business too.
None that really raised a big enough reaction from us to have to respond differently to it. But I think the lesson behind us really showed us that impactful motion is really what matter, regardless to the response that you get. And if the response is more positive, then you know that the impact that you aim to have is something that you should keep pushing towards. I think something that I learned early on in life, and it was crazy, I learned it when I found out I was pregnant with Ray. I kind of reached a sink or swim standpoint of life, because I went from like kind of playing the field in a sense, because I couldn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
And then it was like, all right, at 19, a month before you turn 20, you got to tell your family you pregnant, bro.
Yeah.
And that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So I had to spend some time figuring out how I would become who I wanted to be. And on either end of a decision, I couldn't please everybody, and that was frustrating. Yeah. And then I reached a point where I was like, Mariah, you really not gonna please everybody, but the only person that you owe a smile to is yourself. Yeah. So you have to make decisions that if you wake up the next morning and the whole world is against you, you still okay with your decisions. Yeah. And I think that was something that, like, pushing into business, that was a impactful lesson that I had to learn. But yeah, that was some shit. I was like, I can't win for losing.
Yeah. Yeah. Real life. What's up, everybody? This is Caleb from the O2 Collection Media. And listen, we all know we're living in a world about attention, right? Everything is about getting traction, getting your likes up, your comments up, your views up, your metrics up. But once you start to get a little traction with your business, how do you convert those views, those comments, those metrics into actual dollars in your bank account? That's what we do at the O2 Collection Media. We not only produce high quality content for our customers, but we show them how they can get those views, those metrics into converting actual sales for their products or for their services. It's all about the back end. It's all about converting people that see your posts into actual dollars and actual customers. So if you want to learn how to do that and work with us, you can go to the o2collection.com. You can fill out our contact form and we can get started. Listen, it's Ramadan 2023. I'm a little tired. I'm a little hungry.
I'm a little slissed. I'm a little dressed.
But this brings up a good, valid point. And I don't know if I had asked you this before or not, but let's say you're in a relationship and your significant other has a different religion than you. Sabrina, don't nobody need all them extra background noises. Like, don't nobody need the extra background noises.
Come on, what's up, bro?
Alright, let's say you in a relationship with somebody. Would you be able to be in a relationship with somebody that y'all had different religions?
So, short answer, I'm going to say yes. Long answer is, I don't think the religion is what make relationships difficult. I think values that don't align is what make relationships difficult. Because if you take the core of what Christianity was designed behind, and you take the core of what, and I highlighted Christianity because by default I identify as a Christian, but if I take the title of any religion away from it and look at the core of its design, it was all designed to get closer to the divine power from a spiritual standpoint, and to have a level of discipline behind how you operate. So if the point is for you to grow spiritually, then you pick a religion which would be the discipline and the practice that you follow that best
fits
works
you,
that
fits
you.
your lifestyle. Yeah.
So if we both agree that, you know, killing people for fun ain't right, and you know, doing people wrong ain't right, and valuing the person that you with for who they are, and highlighting the greatness in them and helping them to grow through the difficulties of who they are, like, if all of that aligns, however you practice growing spiritually doesn't bother me, as long as our end goal is to continue
the core
to grow.
the core beliefs is aligned.
Exactly.
And like you said, I think it'd be a lot of religious gangbanging. The minister called religious gangbanging, where like, oh, you got a different name than me, so I can't mess with them. But at the end of the day, we believe in the same core things. Because
to be honest, my brother is a Muslim and I'm a Christian, and a lot of our conversations, we agree a lot more than we disagree. And I can't even really think, like, from a religious conversation that we had where we've never disagreed. It was the approach that we've taken behind the practice.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, yeah, long story short, don't use your religion as a reason to gangbang and tell other people that they wrong.
Yeah.
Because in all religions, you're going to come across the same core values. And if you picking and choosing what worked for you, is not the religion, it's the person. So check yourself.
Yeah. And I think too, it's people behind every religion that are real followers with true intentions, and it's people that are using other people to their own benefit, or using whatever system they can find to their own benefit. That's, you know, it's really, to me, that's what it comes down to. It's people of God, and it's people of other than God. It's not, you know what I mean?
Let me tell you, I've run across some Muslims that's used their faith as an excuse for polygamy. Yeah. And I've run across some Christians that use Christianity as an excuse to judge people and to pick and choose how they was gonna deal with people, and then what they was and what they wasn't gonna follow. And at the end of the day, on both ends, it's manipulative and wrong if you're using it based off what works for you. Yeah.
That's and even with the polygamy thing, like, people misunderstand that so much, you know, and people
talk to them. I got a point, but go ahead, talk to
I got my baby sitting right here. Listen, I ain't even gonna break it all down.
You got to. Go ahead.
I got my baby staring me right in the eyes, who's not with the polygamy shit.
If it's facts, break it down. It don't apply to you. Break down the facts.
Yeah, real shit. This is the facts. All right. The facts are, the whole idea of polygamy was about community development and holding the community together. If you in a space where it's 4 women to 1 man, which is what the space the black community is in today, it's about 4 black women for every 1 eligible black man. Y'all both looking at me crazy, but this is the truth.
I'm listening.
You're either going to have a situation where 1 out of every 4 women is going to get a husband, 3 out of every 4 women are not, or it's going to have to be polygamy involved. And the whole point of that was a way to respectfully build the community, because if we're gonna be honest, a lot of niggas is just out here cheating, versus saying, I'm in a situation where I have multiple wives that I have to tend to, and I have to actually take the responsibility of being the man of the household in each of these households. So that's not for the weak. People use polygamy as a sense of like, it just means I get to cheat. No, it's not cheating. In fact, you gotta be 10 times stronger of a man to be able to handle those responsibilities. You feel me? I'm done. This wasn't where the podcast was going, but let's go.
No, because the question is, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and
an amazing thing,
and
yes.
obtains favor from the Lord, right?
Yes.
So the problem with that, you said there's a situation where the equation is where there's one man to every 4 women, but all 4 of those women are not a wife. And that's from,
I never heard it from that angle before.
that's where I see it is, are you looking for these different women for wife qualities? And I don't think that there are enough wives being developed in the community. I think that
I agree with that.
The point being community development is all fine and dandy if these women are being bred to be wives in the first place.
Right.
The problem is we got a lot of women that are bred to be head of household.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it because I'm head of household in my life, right?
Right.
And the life that I live. In my world, I'm head of household. But the practice of being a wife doesn't start when you have a husband. The practice of being a wife is the woman exuding wife qualities as the woman that she is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So as a woman, you should be a wife. There's a lot of men. There's a lot of men out here using polygamy as an excuse to have multiple women to have sex with in one household or a couple households.
But I think, don't speak about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad thing.
About it. A fool. Go ahead. Finish it, baby. Finish it.
What she say?
With the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that's what Minister Farrakhan said like 2 or 3 years ago on Savior's Day. He was like, yeah, basically, I have multiple wives, but like for the people who got wisdom and understanding, one is better.
Well, the Bible says
that's what the
that
Quran
as well.
It says for those who have understanding, one is better.
Understanding and wisdom. And the thing is, with anybody, you're never going to find 100% of the qualities that you want in one person. But you will find the majority of what it is. If you have what you need and the majority of what you want in one person, you have to make sure that what you're not getting is worth the sacrifice. And
that's true. I can see that.
I think that it's not necessarily really a sacrifice. It's compromising down on what your preferences would be. What's up, y'all? What's up? It is MB the Life Coach, Mariah Bailey, if you know me, the CEO of Black American Market. I'm here to let you know about a phenomenal opportunity that we have for small Black business owners. In September of 2022, we opened our 6,000 square foot store located inside of Potomac Mills Mall in Woodbridge, Virginia. When we opened, we had 10 Black businesses on the floor, and we have grown to support over 50 with a goal of 100 businesses in 2023. What that means for you is we still have a little bit of space. So if you want to be a part of what it is that we have going on, I need you to go ahead and fill out the vendor interest form so we can go ahead and get you in our storefront. And there's some men that feel like, I want a woman that's gonna cook, gonna clean, can make her own bread, and you feel me, she can run the household and the kids cool. But that doesn't necessarily mean that woman is gonna be a leader and can make self-sufficient decisions.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And sometimes
it's a trade-off in things.
Yeah. But then he might feel like, oh, well, yeah, she got a job. Yeah, she cook. Yeah, the kids taken care of. But I need a woman I could trust to make decisions. So now he's sneaking and geeking with a chick that, like, the typical boss chick. And
But personally, I feel like men don't cheat with the chick that's supposed to be the boss chick. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I feel like when men cheat, they cheat for a woman that they feel like they can like have power over or influence over.
And that's not solely based on, because the boss chick doesn't mean that she's not easily influenced when it comes to a man.
Yeah.
The boss chick is the main one that has low self.
Do you want to mic? Do you want to mic Sabrina?
The boss chick, but no, like Sabrina made a good point.
Real talk.
There's times where, and honestly, like I can speak transparently as a spokesperson, where like most men that have approached me, it was you got yourself together, you know, you a businesswoman, your daughter is, you feel me, she together, you together, like you the typical boss chick. But then but you don't got no man, and the assumption is I don't got no man because you feel me, I got low self-esteem somewhere in between that.
Right.
And I've seen it often, more often than not, in the like that community of women where they feel like they have to settle for a certain caliber of man. So
Let me push back on this for a second.
Go ahead.
When you say settling, what do you mean by settling?
okay. So the woman feels like either she's too accomplished and the men in her field that are equally as accomplished are already married, or don't necessarily want her because she's too abrasive or aggressive. And even before I've gotten to this point, I've been told that I was aggressive or that I was abrasive. And at one point in time, this shit offended me. In the space that I'm in now, I think that I've seen where men who can appreciate that quality of a woman that can make her own decisions irregardless to what they got going on, they like, you know what? Yeah, you gonna make your own decisions. It don't matter what I say, but that also means that I have to come more concrete with any decisions that I bring to you.
Sometimes men in a relationship now, they hate that they are not needed in this average 23-year-old woman. You know, I don't need you. I don't ever need you. I want you with me. And they hate it. And then you settle to make him feel like he is needed, and you start being quiet more.
But see,
you start
not
bringing up ideas more to him. You start not.
But when people say, but this is what I'm saying. When women say settle, I think that what y'all are talking about is settle for certain behaviors that you don't like. But I think that what men are hearing is you settling for a nigga when
you could compromise.
No, not even compromise. We go back to, it's 4 women for every 1 black man out here. And a black man that has himself together and is not on the fuckery, like even just a regular shadegular dude that just has a job, holds down his job, is a father, I feel like a lot of, y'all might catch a stray, you feel me? I'm not saying this is directed necessarily at y'all, so I don't want to put this at y'all like y'all,
no,
like y'all are saying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want y'all to catch a stray by me saying y'all.
I can say right here, I don't want a regular shadegular nigga. I don't want the regular shadegular.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Many women, I feel like, say, I want like this boss ass top dollar nigga, but at the end of the day, or just top dollar man, we'll just take it generally, this high dollar top value man, but what you bringing to the table, if you just look at it realistically, it's like you're just a regular person, he's just a regular person, y'all would be great evenly yoked together. But a lot of people don't have the self-awareness to see, I'm coming to the table regular, but I want somebody that's way up on the food chain. You feel me?
So let's backtrack.
So y'all can say, I want the top because y'all bring the top. But most of these chicks out here don't bring the top. Let's just be honest.
Since back to slavery.
Bro, now niggas is back to slavery, bro. Like, what?
Bro, us women, we always had to bring up the man, protect the man. No.
Cap.
I want to aim
Cap.
at a nigga that's far
Cap.
from me.
So let's...
Cap.
Wait.
Black men and black women have always protected each other. Like, we're not going to start the gender wars.
Do. And what I will say is I agree with you that black men and black women have protected each other. I think the problem is that black men and black women have not been on the same page of what protection looks like.
That's what it is.
So when a woman is being